Everyone, we are here with our first Minion interview in a real long time. We used to do these back, I don't know, it was like a year ago probably when we did the first few, and then we just got busy and things were going on. And so I figured we'd go back and do them again and introduce you guys to some of the newer members of the team, although, you know, less new now, it's been like 7 months, 8 months, something like that now,
Yeah.
so it's not like it's a brand new member of the team per se. So today we have Brent. I think technically Minion number with 3 or 4, I guess, depending on whether you or Chad is technically the.
Yeah.
Because you
Came
guys
out
basically
the same
started the same
time.
day, but right after Orion. So cool. So welcome, Brent.
Thank you.
So we're gonna get to know Brent a little bit, and I guess my first question for you is, when and how did you get into gunpla?
Like many people my age, through Toonami, getting experience in the Gundam Wing, and then figuring out that there was awesome products like these instead of just buying action figures where you could actually build them.
Yeah.
So, and then even for other mecha genres, just staying in it because I was a huge Transformers fan. So.
Cool. So another Toonami era person.
Oh yeah.
Cool. So now that you've been in it more, or you've obviously consumed a lot more since those days, because the early Wing Toonami days were a little while ago. I know, because that was how I got into it too. What's your favorite series now?
Personally, I'm a huge fan of like the traditional Universal Century,
Okay.
just because I'm a huge New Gundam fan. So Char's Counterattack is always like the go-to for me to watch.
Cool.
But other series are kind of up there, but I think UC's personally the best.
So my next question then for you would be, what's your favorite grade?
Ooh, grade. I am a huge fan of the Master Grade, just because size with engineering, the detail as well. It really kind of gives you, I think, everything that even what your average real grade gives you nowadays, just in that bigger scale.
Sure. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of comparableness. I think some people think real grades are maybe more detailed in some way, but it's definitely, you get a lot of that part separation, a lot of those details, and the whole inner frame thing is definitely great.
Makes you feel like you're building a real robot when you have the inner frame too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think it kind of kinesthetically for me is like more, you get more out of it.
Sure. A little more rewarding in some ways. Absolutely. And the presence of them definitely makes a difference too.
Shelf presence is a big thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So then, what's your favorite kit?
Personally, I have built probably doubles of everything New Gundam I've gotten my hands on.
Okay.
I've got 2 real grades, 2 master grades, and then even just painted both of the duplicates that I've gotten. So for me, it's a lot of New Gundam in my shelf.
Wait, since you've got duplicates, do they paint it differently, or like?
Well, I would have one stock and then one completely color changed.
Okay.
So, like the fin funnels from the stock one I actually used on the painted one because I did double fin funnel.
Okay.
Because it actually made it work better being painted, which not a big fan of those fin funnels, but it's just kind of like you got the stock and then you got something the way that you want it to look mostly.
Right.
So
Cool. So that's New Gundam's your favorite. New Gundam, High New Gundam is like. What's your take?
I do like the High New Gundam. I'm not a big fan of the backpack.
Okay.
I feel like the New Gundam and just how it kind of lays it out in a fence almost.
Yeah.
I feel like it adds a better aesthetic, and the New Gundam has a little bit more of that asymmetry because of it, and I feel like that brings a little bit more.
Cool. Since we were talking about shelf presence too, you brought in a kit today, and the kit you brought in was this Psycho Gundam, which I feel like has some shelf presence of its own due to its size. So tell me about your build, what you did.
Ripped it off the shelf and just decided to go for a full color change.
Okay.
Sat back and I said, all right, well, it was, I think, black, red, soft purple.
Sure.
And I was like, all right, let's completely flip it. And it ended up, for me, seeming more like a cold climate unit, just with the blue and white and
I get that.
how it kind of displays itself. But I feel like it makes it more of a traditional Gundam look versus like an evil Gundam look.
Sure.
How it started out.
Doesn't have as much of the evil vibe.
Yeah. So,
it's a cold weather thing.
Really just because it was my first spray cans that I used for painting a kit instead of markers or anything like that. I really just wanted to go full color palette and just top to bottom recolor it, even doing the silver to highlight the inner frame and stuff, or what would be the inner frame on a high grade, but just worked out because it's got the size to repaint well without doing a lot of stuff.
Definitely a big one especially for a high grade. It's almost like mega size, which is really cool. So you wanted to flip that color scheme. Like, how did you come to those specific colors? Was there any sort of?
That's when I sit back and I start a project. That's one of my favorite things because I'll usually break the whole kit down. And individually go by color, but so if I'm dealing with, start with the upper half, start to segment your colors and say, all right, well, am I going to go more traditional? Am I going to go a little bit more out of the box? And then really just pick from there, like start with the chest and go out of, all right, I want this blue, this white, and how can I match that in the rest of this? To where it really doesn't seem out of place.
The color scheme looks really good on this unit, so it works really well.
And then the gold I didn't hand paint, so I kind of went 2 different styles of painting on this one, but
it's okay. Still looks good. Cool. So let's transition to a few like warehouse related questions. So what's your favorite thing about working for Mecca Warehouse?
Probably to walk in and literally be surrounded by one of my biggest hobbies every day. It's more than just coming into work. It's literally being in an environment of literally Mecca robots. So I like to think of it as it's not your normal job because it's a hobby. So it kind of adds more fun to that element.
Absolutely. Cool. And then what's your least favorite part of working for Mecca Warehouse?
Probably just dealing with all the cardboard. Just like in the simple things, dealing with all the cardboard, breaking it down, and even having to get the new boxes for the packing station. Just having to constantly handle cardboard all day.
Cardboard cuts.
Oh yeah, those the corrugated cardboard cuts. But yeah, just handling the waste materials because unfortunately we do have quite a few with
a lot of cardboard.
All the boxes we get. So
it's all like we borderline probably put out as much cardboard as we do plastic in the grand scheme of things, between all the cardboard that goes with kits that we ship and then all the cardboard for the incoming that goes into recycling and stuff like that. It's a lot of cardboard, especially lately. It seems like we're filling that dumpster pretty regularly. Cool. So I think that's all I got. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the interview. If you've got questions that maybe would be good for a future interview or a follow-up interview with Brent, definitely post them down in the comments below, and we'll see you next time.